Hello once again, welcome to the series of lectures physics. In the last class we discussed and derived some equations that are useful for the projectile motion. We learnt what is projectile motion, we learnt what are the components of velocities and what are the equations for time of flight, equation for range and equation for maximum height when a particle is thrown at some angle with the ground or the vertical, and the velocity at a point, velocity in x direction always remains constant, but in y direction it keeps changing because there is acceleration of g that is always working on this particle's motion, affecting the motion. So the y component of the velocity always change, but x component of the velocity remains constant. That is fine. So let's start with our lecture and we shall continue with the projectile motion. We shall discuss some useful concept here, some useful points here, but before that let's recap first. This is the diagram of the projectile motion. Near the earth's surface a particle is thrown with an initial velocity of magnitude u, making an angle theta with the horizontal. So the velocity has two components here, u cos theta in the x direction, in the horizontal direction, and u sin theta in the vertical direction, right? So the time of flight t is 2u sin theta upon g, r equals to u square sin 2 theta upon g, h equals to u square sin square theta upon 2g. That we have already learnt, we have already derived these equations. Now see some concepts. In the projectile motion, if we talk about the projectile motion here, this is the projectile motion, case of the projectile motion. Projectile motion. If we discuss, if you see, if you talk about the first point, the acceleration due to gravity g, if you talk about g here in downward direction, and there is no any force acting on this particle on this x direction, right? So there is no force, acting on horizontal direction or x direction, gentle direction. So velocity along this direction remains constant. What is this v cos theta? What I want to say, if you talk about this projectile, it is given velocity u, theta at an angle, this is u cos theta. At this point its velocity is v, suppose it makes an angle alpha, because when it moves the angle also keeps changing, alpha, then here it has v cos alpha. So u cos theta means u along x direction is constant, meaning that u cos theta is equals to v cos, that is alpha, this thing is alpha. Now at some other point, if you talk about here, that will be the direction of tangent, that will be the direction of velocity, but here if it makes an angle beta and velocity is v1, then in this velocity is v1, then in this direction the velocity component is v1 cos beta, that is also equals to v1 cos beta, meaning that what is the value of velocity in the x direction, initial velocity, that always remains constant. If velocity is constant, it means kinetic energy is also constant along the x direction. We shall talk it later, how we can find out the value of kinetic energy and everything else when we shall be studying work and energy. But here you see कि this is the initial component of the velocity along the x direction, along the horizontal direction, that never changes. That is, any time, at any time you find the value of v cos theta, v cos alpha, v1 cos beta, means x component at any point of the at the trajectory, you find the value of x component of the velocity, and you will see that this x component of velocity is never going to be changed. So this is the first point. And the second, we can write in this ki as acceleration g acts in vertical direction, so uy means vertical component of velocity keeps changing. Keeps changing. So ux is constant, uy changing. That is the concept from here. But you must know how we can find out the initial and vertical component of the velocity. That we shall learn here. So I am removing all these things from here, this part, and we shall discuss some other points. So point number 2, suppose this is the projectile x and y, and the particle is thrown like this. Here it has velocity u, and at this point suppose it has value v. We can write displacement and velocity component at any point separately, right? So what will be the value of velocity at any point in the x direction? If we write in the x direction, ux u cos theta, that is same at anywhere. So Vx, here if we see, Vx is also u cos theta, means it is not going to be changed. So s equals to what? Sorry, x equals to x direction displacement is what? U cos theta into t. But in y direction, uy equals to u sin theta. Time is t, a equals to minus g, g in magnitude. Here a equals to ax equals to 0. That's why this equation. So now vy at any point v, the component of velocity at any point can be written as v equals to u plus at. U means uy plus ay into t, that is vy equals to u sin theta minus g into t at any time t. So u vy can be written, so then y can be written as u sin theta into t minus half gt square. That is the component of velocity. So x is like this, vx is like this. So velocity, so at net velocity at any time t in vector form can be written as x component u x into I, sorry, Vx Vx into I plus Vy into j, what it will be? Let's remove these things, sorry. Let's remove, we shall write something here. What is Vyj? Then V equals to what? Vx. Vx is always u cos theta. If theta is given, u cos theta. Vy, u sin theta minus gt into j. Right? It's the velocity. So magnitude of velocity is this square plus this square. We can find out the magnitude of velocity at any point like this. So magnitude of velocity v equals to u cos theta square plus u sin theta minus gt square under root, right? And this velocity, this is the magnitude of the velocity, and if you want to find out the angle, then alpha equals to what? Tan inverse Vy by Vx at an angle. So at any point, if we want to find out the value of velocity here, what is the velocity? It means the magnitude of velocity can be find out by this equation, u cos theta into a square plus u sin theta minus gt square. We can find out Vy and Vx like this, and then we can find out the direction of this velocity. So at any point we can use this equation. If displacement is asked to find out x equal to ux cos theta, this is in x direction, this is in y direction. So the net displacement of the particle, if we talk about this, suppose the particle is here, so if we want to find out the net displacement, this is like this. This is the straight line distance and net displacement, and this can be find out from here as s equals to xi plus yj. X is given, y is given, putting the value here, you can find out s equals to u cos theta into I plus u sin theta into t minus half gt square into j. This is the s. So from here we can find out like this, x square plus y square, and we can find out the value of displacement. This is our s. At any point we can find out. So I am removing all these things, and we shall discuss some more points here. Write it down. Angle of projection for which maximum height and range is equal to each other. Maximum height and range, maximum height is this, height is this, equal to each other. Solution according to question, just what is h equals to r, that is given, means u square sin square theta upon 2g equals to u square sin 2 theta upon g. From here u square get cancelled, g gets cancelled. So what will be sin square theta equals to 2 sin 2 theta, that implies sin square theta equals to 2 into 2 sin theta and 2 cos theta. Sin 1 sin theta get cancelled. So here tan theta equals to 4, that implies theta equals to tan inverse 4. Theta equals to tan inverse 4. So if the value of this theta angular projection is tan inverse 4, this particle will conclude its motion in such a way that its maximum range is equal to horizontal range, means this distance is equal to this distance. This distance is equal to this distance, that can only be achieved when this particle is thrown at an angle of tan inverse 4. At an angle of tan inverse 4. So remember it. We shall write some other points also. Just see what are the points. Fourth one, angle of projection for which range is max, means R equals to U square upon G sine 2 theta. We have to find out the value of R max. So R max means this term max, U square by G is constant, so sine 2 theta has to be max. So here for sine 2 theta, maximum value of sine 2 theta is 1, max value of sine 2 theta, means sine 2 theta equals to 1, means 2 theta equals to 90 degree, because sine is maximum when angle is 90 degree and equal to 1, theta equals to 45 degree. So when you throw the particle at an angle of 45 degree, you can see that the range, the value of range, you get the value of range is the maximum range. So if you want to achieve the maximum range, you have to hit the ball at an angle of 45 degree. Perhaps you can talk it with the cricketers. When cricketer hits the ball and ball has to go for the maximum distance, so as to make it a 6, he has to hit it at an inclination of 45 degree. If he hits the ball at an angle of 45 degree, it has the maximum range and sure shot it is going to be a 6, and there is no possibility of getting caught out. No fielder can come to take the catch because the ball will definitely go after the boundary. Fine. So let's see some other points also here. So when theta equal to 45 degree, the range is max, and now see what is the relation between R and H. For max range, theta equals to 45 degree. Find a relation between R and H. So when theta equal to 45 degree, R equals to U square upon G, because 2 sin theta equal to 1, but what equal to H? H equals to U square sin square 45 degree upon 2G. So now what is the value of sin 45? 1 by root 2. So H equal to U square by 2G into 1 by root 2 square, meaning that U square by 2G into 1 by 2, that implies H equals to U square by 4G. Here U square by G, meaning that h equals to u square by g into 1 by 4, and u square by g is what? U square by g is our r, that implies h equals to r by 4, hence r equals to 4h. Means when the particle is thrown at an angle of 45 degree, range is maximum and it is 4 times the maximum height attained by the particle. Maximum height attained by the particle. All these points are clear and it must be remembered because it is very useful to use it when you are solving some objective questions in JEE or NEET or some good quality questions. When you are solving, you must have the concept. Means when the angle is 45 degree, range is maximum. But what is the relation between height? So if you get the height, suppose it is 10 meter, definitely the range is 40 meter here because the particle is thrown at an angle of 45 degree and range is maximum in this case. That's fine. So write it down. We shall discuss something more. Fifth point. For two angle of projection, range is same. What are these angles? Range means r equals to u square sin 2 theta upon g. So one angle is theta. Theta is the first angle. So you will get the value of r. What is another angle on which the particle is projected? It will have the same value. Do you know it? No, just put it theta, and another value is 90 degree minus theta. If you put 90 minus theta, see 90 minus alpha, suppose, what is the value? R equals to theta, then 90 minus theta, u square upon g sin 2 90 degree minus theta. What is the value? Just see, u square upon g sin 180 minus 2 theta. So sin 180 minus 2 theta equal to sin 180 minus theta equal to sin theta itself. So r equals to u square by g sin 2 theta. Same value. So if you throw the particle at an angle of theta or at an angle of 90 minus theta, if angle of projection is theta or 90 minus theta, range is same. Means if angle of projection is theta or 90 minus theta, r is same in both cases. Fine. Right, this is the basic concept. We shall solve some problem. One problem, we shall start with one problem. Write it down. Now we are going to solve a problem. Let's solve a problem. Suppose this is ground level. And suppose this is 490 meter height. 490 meter height, and something is fired at an in horizontal direction with u equals to 98 meter per second. It is fired from here in the horizontal direction. So definitely after some time the particle will reach the ground like this. Find the total time taken to reach the ground. First, total time to reach ground, displacement in x direction, x direction. And the third one, velocity when it hits the ground. When it hits the ground. These three things we have to find out. If you see the solution here, ux equals to 98 meter per second. It is given, the particle is thrown in the horizontal direction, and uy is equals to 0 because there is no velocity component in the y direction, right? Y equals to 490 meter and a equals to g, because it is in negative direction, so we shall write it minus g. So we shall use this equation y equals to uyt, right, plus half ayt square. Put the value, y is what, 490, this term is 0 because y is 0, plus half minus 9.8, so write down minus here and it will come 9.8 into t square. Fine. So what will be the value? 98 equals to 9.8 into t square. So from here what we get? T square equals to 100, that implies t equals to 10 seconds. So the total time taken by the particle to reach the ground, t equals to 10 seconds. That is the answer. Now displacement in x direction. If we want to find out the value of displacement in x direction, what we shall do? We have got the value of time now and we shall use the equation in x direction. T equals to 10 seconds. We have already got it. So in the x direction, x equals to what? uxt plus half axt square, and ax equals to 0. So this term is 0. X equal to ux. Ux is what? 98 into t. T is 10 equals to 98 meter. It is equal to 98 meter. S equals to Sx in x direction. So this is 980 in the x direction. Now the question is velocity when it hits the ground. So when it hits the ground, it has the velocity like this. It will hits the ground. So velocity is this. So it is the x component of velocity. It is the y component velocity. So find vx and now remove it, vx and vy. So find vx and vy. We have already shown the coordinates. How we can write the coordinate? It's simple, vx and vy in 10 seconds. So vx equal to what? Vx equals to ux plus ax into t, u plus at. So vx equal to ux equal to what? 98 plus ax is 0, it will remain 98 meter per second. If we write vy equals to uy plus ay into t, what it will be? Vy equals to uy is what? 0 plus ay is equal to what? G. So G is 9.8 meter per second into t is 10, so it is 9.8 in minus sign meter per second. Minus sign shows that the particle is, the motion is in opposite direction. So magnitude of velocity will be 98. So what is the v? V equals to vxi plus vyj, right? So v equals to what? Under root vx square plus vy square. It means under root 98 square plus 98 8 square means 2 into 98, so 98 root 2 meter per second. So at this velocity it will hit the ground. If we want to find out the value of tenor, it will be v equals to 98 root 2 meter per second. That is the answer. If you want to find out the value of angle theta, theta equal to what? Tan inverse Vy by Vx. So what is this? Okay, let me remove these things. So what we get? Theta alpha, suppose it is angle alpha, makes an angle alpha here with x direction. So tan inverse Vy by Vx, it is like tan inverse 98 by 98, tan inverse 1, it is equal to 45 degree, but it will come with the negative sign here. Negative sign here, it means it is y component of this velocity is in negative y direction, not in positive y direction. So these are some problems. We have learned how to solve these problems, and in the next class we shall be learning projectiles on an inclined plane, and then we shall solve some more problems, some typical problems, some problems already asked in IIT JEE examinations. So we shall discuss all these things, all these problems in the next class. Till now, enjoy the lecture, learn a lot. Thank you very much.